Welcome to tonight's session. This session is a post session to one that we did upstairs very recently. So whether you're watching this now, you're watching it in a year's time, doesn't really matter, because what we're trying to do here before we start working on yourself here at Project X, this is what we look at constantly. As myself, as a coach, and the rest of the team are working with you on this, and that's called your personal growth. I don't like to have goals just to have things or to do things. The goals want to be based around personal growth. And what is personal growth? It's quite personal. It's your potential of who you can be. And most people in one of three areas as they're walking around this planet or walking around this universe, there are the number one group, let's call them, have got no real idea of where they're going. They're drifters. They're floating through life. They're just going to pick up things as they go along. There's nothing done with intention. And those guys are probably around 90 to 95% of the population. The second group of people are usually the ones that have good intentions, but no follow through. They know who they are, what they want to do, where they want to go, but they're these gunners. They don't really follow through on what they say, and they lack a bit of integrity. But the third group now, I know that's you, that's watching this. The third group are the guys that are working towards their potential. And what is potential? Potential constantly shifts. It's like the goalposts that keep moving. And the whole idea of working on your potential is growing into your potential, then growing again. One of the sayings that I like to talk about is to lead a life less ordinary. You don't have to do extraordinary things. You just need to do normal things, normal way, but constantly working on yourself to improve. Because life should be to you a life of intentional, working towards a life less ordinary, but never been really happy where you are. Because true success to me is chasing happiness, but never really landing on that square. See, it's not a game of checkers. It's not really a game of chess. It's more of a game of snakes and ladders. You're going to get set back. You're going to fall over. You're going to make mistakes. But all mistakes are just lessons for you to move forward to work on your potential. So think about, as we're going through this quick 10, 15-minute session, what is your potential? Because you don't grow into your personal growth, what happens? Nothing. So that's the only way forward. So potential is the number one powerful thing regarding possibility that you have. We're all born with a set of talents. Some are born with more talents than others. Some are born with different talents. If I wanted to be a 7'6" NBA basketball player, is that going to be possible? No, because I've been born with limitations. If I want to be a Formula One driver, is that going to be possible for me? No. We've got to think with the skills that we're born with and the area that we live and the things that we do. Let's set realistic, personal, potential growth strategies in place that are going to get you closer to a life less ordinary than most people, but doing it with intention on the person you can become. So understand your limitations, understand your strengths, and we go fucking working hard towards your strengths. So you've all got personal potential. We all have potential. I'm working here within the Project X because you are the Project X if you're watching this. It's about working on your potential to the next level. So your personal potential should keep you awake at night. Yeah? Not in a bad way like anxiety and depression. It should keep you awake to be constantly moving forward and look moving forwards to be able to hit your potential. So I'm going to run through here tonight how you work on your potential. And I want you to change the word potential for this session to desire. What is your desire? What do you desire? Who do you desire to be? Who do you desire to grow into? What do you desire more in life? Think about the main four areas of your life. You've got self. You hang around with yourself more than anybody else hangs around with you. So wouldn't you want to be a cool guy to yourself to be able to hang around with yourself? Number two, you hang around with other people in your family, be it your spouse, your wife, father, your mother, your kids. So wouldn't you want to be a cool guy to those? Number two. And the third set is when you're working towards the thing that you do for work, otherwise known as fun, the stuff that you love doing. Wouldn't you want to be maximizing your potential in the thing that you do every day? There's this thing called 96,400 seconds every day called time. And how we manage ourselves within that time is the most important part to manage our potential. So let's look at how we do that. I'm going to share with you a quick 10-minute presentation. And then from this is a workbook. So if you haven't got the workbook, make sure you reach out to me. I'll supply the workbook, which takes you into detail of what I'm going through very briefly here. Now, I've removed about 40 slides for this presentation. This presentation is a day presentation to do it right. So I've broken it down into some of the basic levels that you can work on your personal potential growth very quickly and very easily if you follow the workbook. If you haven't got the workbook, make sure you reach out or download it here below when we forward. So let's hook into it. So personal growth is everything, equals everything. If you're not growing, what's happening? You're dying. There's a lot of people that are walking around this planet already fucking dead. They are. They're already dead. They just don't realize it yet. And that's not a joke. That is true. And that's sad for me because I see so many people. I've come into contact with so many people, and what I do here at Project X is like, it's just sad. It used to piss me off. It used to get me angry. But now it's just sad. So if you know you're not living to your potential, if you know you've got things that you've got left to do, if you've got places left to go, if you've got someone you want to become, let's ensure we're growing. Because if you're not watering that plant, what happens is dying. So personal growth means you have to learn a bunch of stuff first. You can't move forward without learning a bunch of stuff. If you're something you don't know, you got to learn it. Growth is the foundation for everything you want to achieve, whether it's to be like my past, being a musician, be a stunt driver, be a rally driver, get great at business or finance, or even fucking talking to a camera here now. It all takes practice. So personal growth is everything you have. So make sure you write this down and work towards your potential here now. So why goals aren't enough? See, goals are easy. Everyone can write down the shit that they want. Everyone can write down the goals that they want to achieve, but that's like, there's more to it. Now, if you're in group 1 that don't have any goals, that is floating through life willy-nilly, or if you're in group 2, that have got great lives, but got lots of good ideas and places they want to go and things they want to do and good at, and don't do it. But the people that are in group 3, they know that the personal growth goals are what allow you to become the person you're capable of. Because in order to get where you want to get to, you've got to become the person, first of all, that is the person that can get to that actual potential place or do that goal. We can't just say, I want something and go out and get it. There's things you have to do to be able to grow into that person. Let's run through some of the growth traps that tend to stop you. There's many of them been written for many years by many people. Let me give you a couple of the key ones that I love. Some of the growth gap traps. The first one is the assumption gap. Thinking you'll just grow automatically. Thinking you'll just get older, get wiser, or if you're working with me in business, and again, what I do, if you don't know, I'm a personal lifestyle business coach. First of all, you got to understand your fucking self personally. You got to understand the lifestyle that you want to live within and plus your potential to work towards that. Then we work out on the business model, what you need to do to get that lifestyle, then who you need to become to be able to continue and move that forwards. So don't just think because you've got a couple of goals that you'll suddenly get there as you get older. Because as you get older, you get to 50, and if you've not been good at personal growth, I know a lot of people that when they get to 50 years old, they are fat, they are not mind fit, they are not socially fit, they are not spiritually fit. So if you're watching this back, if you're watching this at a very young age, make sure you focus on this thing called personal growth now, because as you get older, every year over 30 years old becomes harder and harder. So I only get young people in their 20s, or in their 30s even, that are willing to understand the depths that you need to go to personally grow, to get to who you want to be. See, having goals outside, owning fancy cars like I've done over the years, Lamborghinis, Ferraris, motorbikes, pool houses, boats, all that sort of shit, that's all external stuff. Means nothing. All that external stuff. I wish I could help everyone get there to start with, to realize that external stuff that we go for, those goals, those things that we think are important, once we get, we go, that's interesting, that's not really fulfilling now. Because the only thing that's really fulfilling is your personal growth, achieving your potential, then going again to the next level after that. So let's look at how we move forward, because the thing that we don't want to assume that personal growth just happens. As you get older, time does not equal wisdom. Every year we call it the photocopy lifestyle. Unless we invest in ourselves to personally grow, all that happens is we keep doing it over and over again, like a buffy merry-go-round. Or it's like our printer, my printer's down there, that's why I pointed down there. Or it's like a printer just photocopying and just reprinting every year. Growth trap, assumption gap. Now, the second growth gap, trap, is the knowledge gap. Stop waiting to know it all. Some people think they know it all. As they say, to know and not to do is bad as not knowing in the first place. But most people don't know what to do before they even start to learn. So the object to the exercise is to start learning and applying what you already know. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait until it's perfect. Start testing and measuring, or failing moving forwards is the key. Because lessons are all about making mistakes, but making mistakes falling forwards, not falling back. And when you make a mistake, we fucking get up and we go again. And we get more knowledge through learning. Knowledge, there's many, hundreds of thousands of professors out there that are skimmed, have no money. We become bored and depressed. Just go and Google what PhD actually stands for in our book as business owners and entrepreneurs. Poor, and sometimes quite depressed. So just because you're smart doesn't mean we learn in moving forwards in business and life. So to improve every day. How do we learn by improving every day? It's by working out what's working well for you and what's not working well for you. So growth track knowledge, gain more knowledge in the area you want to go to as fast as you can, then start practicing the stuff. Number 3, the timing gap. Start as soon as you can. Stop waiting. There's a great book that I got through divorce, that I got divorced over. There's another story to come there, by Dr. Seuss, called Waiting. And the book's called Waiting. And what it actually means is we're waiting to be born. We're then waiting in the womb. We're then waiting to be a toddler, waiting to be fed, waiting to go to sleep, waiting to go to school, waiting to leave school, waiting to go to university, waiting to be able to grow up all the way through our lives. So the object of the exercise is, let's not wait until we're waiting to die. Let's ensure that there's no waiting happening. Understand who we are, what we're about, where we're going to go. We go fucking after it with some intent and some passion. So there's no perfect time to get started. Just the best time to get started is yesterday, and the second best time to get started is today. So let's hook into the next one. Growth track. Is it number 3? I'm not quite sure. Mistake gap. Mistakes are not failures. If Edison had one mistake and give up, where would all those cool inventions that he had? If Henry Ford gave up the first problem when he was building his conveyor belts to build the Model T Ford, where would it be? If Elon Musk had given, I can go on and on. Mistakes are not failures. They're opportunities to learn and grow and fail faster and learn some more. So embrace mistakes, embrace fuck-ups, embrace challenges, embrace change, because the way we embrace mistakes is our whole identity process to who we are. If we suddenly get knocked back and get scars, because from the time we're born to where we are now, and I'm personally 53, if I actually focused on all the scars that I've basically achieved over the last 53 years on this planet, I'd be sat in that corner with thumb in my mouth, fucking rocking like a man possessed. But no, we embrace the mistakes and we thank the world, the universe for the mistakes, and we'll look at how we can fail faster. Now, if we keep on failing the same thing, now that's mistakes. But if we learn from our mistakes, that's growth. It's not a growth trap. So creating your own luck. I hear this all the time, creating your own luck. Oh, I wasn't born into a lucky place, but guess what? Some people are born into better places. Some people are born with more luck. I wasn't born with a face for camera. I was born more with a face for radio. But hang on, that's what it is. That's what I've been born with, so you make the best of it. So creating your own luck. And this is the formula, I believe. Preparation. Knowing where the fuck you're going or what you want to do and getting yourself ready for it. Prepared to personally grow into who you need to be, linked with this thing called attitude. Now, I love to fly. I'm learning to fly. I'm nearly there. But the main thing when flying a helicopter is adjusting the attitude of the helicopter. And it's not based on making it go faster by actually giving more gas. It's by creating the direction, the attitude by actually tipping it forwards or tipping it back. So your attitude to move forward has got to be towards the opportunity. Create the action, and then we'll start to get some luck. So luck isn't random. is created by being ready and acting on the opportunity. So preparation plus growth plus attitude plus opportunity plus action equals luck. It isn't fucking random. I can tell you that now. I can put two people side by side in the same area, in the same business, and one will succeed and be absolutely wonderful at what they're doing, another one will fucking fail. Why is that? It's down to that one big thing that sits in there called attitude. So creating your own luck, you're responsible for it. Let's keep moving. Why personal growth is your best investment. I get asked this all the time, but I'm talking about business. I'm talking about life, and people see me driving fancy cars and doing cool things and living a life less ordinary without doing extraordinary things to talk about, and developing a life that you never need or want to retire from. So why personal growth is your best investment. I've been divorced a couple of times. I've lost a whole bunch of money through making some wrong decisions. But you know what? The growth that I have personally in business, in life, and emotional intelligence, to be able to get myself back up off the floor and go again, is second to none. I guarantee you could strip me naked, throw me into a foreign country, give me a mobile phone and a phone book, I'll be back in business again, selling something or doing something. You can't take this knowledge away from you. As the Braveheart said, oh, Mel Gibson, you can't take away my freedom, but you can't take away the knowledge once you've got it, if you've learned it and applied it and done it. See, when people say, how do you get to be successful, yeah? And they say, hey, what do you do, Wrenchy, to do the things that you do and to live the life that you do? I say, it's not what I do now, what I've fucking done. Do you know what I mean? What I've done. It's from all the things that we've done, all the books that we've read, all the people that we've met, all the investment that I've spent on myself to have confidence and live a life of abundance versus scarcity, to be able to move forward, knowing where we set our mind to, we're gonna fly through it, but we're gonna hit lots of brick walls. We're gonna hit lots of fires along the way. We're gonna get smashed around, but we know if we actually knuckle down and create our own luck, and then really focus on what needs to be done by failing faster, we will figure it out faster. It's a secret. Personal growth is the best investment. Don't put it into a stops and shares quick fucking thing or some Bitcoin. Put two things. Put money across the table, then put some time across the table, and apply yourself to that thing that you're investing in to learn more about. Whether a hobby, like mountain biking or skiing for me, or music it was in a previous life, or stunt driving, pay some money and practice like fuck, or if it's business that you're working with me on, make sure that what I'm teaching you through the Project X program, you don't just pay your money, turn up and learn, you go and fucking do something with it and put it into practice. Because if you only focus on what you do or what you learn and don't put it into practice, you'll never learn shit. You just got some knowledge in your brain that you could do something with. So personal growth is the best investment. So ensure what you're investing in your money, you put an equal amount of time, if not more. Because everything starts, you've guessed it, with you. So let's keep going. Full stack growth versus lopsided growth. So full stack growth for me is what I call being a full stack dude or a full stack dudess. And what's a full stack dude versus a full stack dudess? The difference basically is a full stack person has three things going on in their life and they're working on them all the time in their personal growth area. Number one, yourself, mentally and physically, and make yourself as sharp as possible down to the vessel that you've been given, because it's all about biology, maximizing your own biology of what you've got. And then maximizing what you do for fun, adventure, and harmony yourself, to make yourself happy without living a gratuitous life and doing it with good values. Number one, take care of yourself. When the plane's going down, the mask needs to be on. So let's not let the plane go down. Let's keep the plane up by keeping our oxygen, our life, what makes it fun, keep moving forwards by focusing on yourself first. The second thing we then need to do is focus on your family and your friends. What do your family and friends need from you? What do your family need from you? How should you turn up? How can you grow into a better husband, a better father, a better friend? You know, how can you show more abundance and more love to the people that are around you and get that oxytocin flowing through your mind? And the third area is obviously what we do here at Project X is focus on building your lifestyle through your business and making sure your business that you've got is a fundamentally thing that you love and that you're passionate about, that you can grow into something that you're proud of. So there's the 3 areas. Number 1, sales. Number 2, family. Number 3, your work or your business. So a full stack person grows in every area of their life, not just one side. I've built a lot of monsters over the years. I've been just a pure business coach. Now I'm not just a pure business coach building 5, 10, 15, 20, 200 million business, $200 million business over the last 25 years. Is now focused on what I would class as a personal lifestyle business, which is where I want to be now, especially after COVID. We want to live a life less ordinary without doing extraordinary things, just by learning the basics and learning the 3 areas to get everything done. Let me just share this very quickly with you. What are the 3 areas in every part of your life to ensure you focus in it? So there's 3 steps that we have to focus on consistently to get anything done. First of all, is to get motivated to get the thing off the ground. Whatever we're working on at any particular time, we've got to get motivated to get the thing off the ground. So wherever you get motivated, to find that motivation key, which comes from passion and desire and looking at future self and what you're doing. And once you've got it off the ground, number 2 kicks in. And what's number 2, basically, then is momentum. Once you've got it off the ground, how do you keep momentum flowing? Then number 3, which is the tough one that most people fail and fuck up, is once we've got the thing off the ground, we're going to this thing called the failure cycle. And the failure cycle means what? We get it off the ground, we start with good intention, then we fall back off again. And that's called the failure cycle, like putting on weight or losing weight. But the third thing that's the most important to learn is once you've got motivation, momentum, is then getting the discipline fired. The discipline working well, the discipline locked in, because that's the discipline that sets you free. Motivation, momentum will get it off the ground, but discipline will get it done. Cool. So full stack growth versus lopsided growth. We don't have this fucking hunched up Quasimodo with a half fucking eaten face of a half life that's great in business or great in health or great in family. I want to be good in all of those 3 areas, which basically means working on self-awareness and self-discipline to ensure we don't burn out. Because I know a lot of people I've worked with over the years who've built fantastic businesses, lost their marriages, lost their kids. And so, lifelong growth. There's a road when I talk about pride versus shame. And what's the difference? Growth is a lifelong commitment focused on direction, not distance. So why do you need personal growth goals for? So it's not really a destination. It's about how far can you go? How cool can you be? How great can you be at living a life less ordinary, above and beyond the potential that you thought before you started? Because a life of success is a life with absence of that success and constantly chasing it down, constantly looking for those gaps, constantly looking to be more proud of yourself versus less shame of yourself. Now, that's the crossroads that I like to look at when I'm moving forward in life, is what's going to bring more pride to myself, not to make my mum or dad proud or my wife proud, my kids proud. What will make me proud? What will really harness me to feel good inside, yeah? And come back to the anxiety or the depression or the negative thoughts. We constantly want to be looking to what makes us self-proud versus what would bring shame by the not doing something, doing the wrong thing, or not performing at your potential. So I like to use the word pride equals your potential if you know where you're going. Keep moving forward no matter what the fuck. Growth starts now. I think that's more than 10 minutes, probably around 22 minutes. So I apologize if I've gone on too far, but your growth starts now. If you're now working with me and my team here at Project X, guess what? It starts now. And it never fucking ends. So stop waiting, stop thinking, start growing. Your journey to have a better life begins right now. Now, following this quick, brief walkthrough his presentation, there is a workbook. I would suggest no matter when you're watching this, you go and do that workbook. And that workbook is something that can be continually done. Every quarter, every month, every year, doesn't matter when, we're constantly looking to identify the areas that we need to personally grow in. So this workbook, if you haven't got it, make sure you hit me up for it. Whether you're watching this through Project X or you're watching it back from one of the videos I've sent you, because I think it may help you personally, then ensure, if I haven't sent you the workbook, you ask for the workbook. The workbook is the gold. The workbook has the detailed questions in. The workbook has the strategy, what's going to get you thinking to move yourself forwards. So that's it from me. Big love. that's your growth starts now, working on your personal growth. Your best investment is you. That's why we call Project XU, Project X Pete. Let's make some shit happen and grow into our potential. All the best, Bye for now.